Hello, and welcome to this Final Boss Fight live stream of the Quiz Night. My name is John, and I am joined by the Rogue Trader Enthusiast.
Howdy, howdy.
A ghost hugging a skull known as Sir Drubals.
You said hello so much, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, me.
Are you the ghost or the skull?
Yes.
Okay. The Angel Games player is here.
With my mother.
Yay, me!
The
I'm the
Angel Games
bestest.
player, Angel Mama, is also here for the moment.
Yes. To BD.
And
Everyone be nice.
we are also joined by guest question asker Rebels.
Hello, everyone.
Because I needed to ask an expert for Bronze Age history. I found one.
I'm not an expert, but
I needed to ask
You
someone
have a
who was
degree.
more of an expert than John going on Google and typing in questions about Bronze Age history, which is how I write
Yeah, you're supposed
most
to
of
say
the
from
quiz. Hey, Sir Drubel's in the chat. Who do we have to thank for this exciting round on Bronze Age history? Why, it was last time's loser, the Rogue Trader Enthusiast.
I don't kick any of your rounds remotely this hard.
it's because our rounds are never this wild.
We have 4 rounds of quiz questions for you tonight. Most of them have 10 questions. Starting up with a round on Bronze Age history. Then I have a round on the Olympics, rapidly becoming less relevant, but you know, it's still a big thing that happened this year. Then I have a fun round of Tolkien Character or Ikea Furniture. And then finally we have a round called Potluck, where who knows what the questions are going to be. Me. I do.
Are they about weed?
They are not. And also, they're not about pottery.
You cut out there for a second.
They're
Yeah,
also not about pottery.
Ah.
Um,
Are they about food? Like a potluck?
no, but along the same principles of just, here's some random stuff to be asked about.
Are they about what? Is there a question on what does Pot of Greed do in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out because they never explain it.
That's unfortunately, that would be spoilers if I tell you that now.
But no one will tell me.
So we'll find out. I'm going to start by doing the usual thing of saying that everybody is going to write down their answers, and at the end of each round of questions, we will go back over and mark everybody's points. Please, if you are in the chat and you know the answer, do not shout it out when the question is asked. You feel free to play along at home, but put your answers in the chat only after we have gone back over and marked the questions correctly. Don't send Ben your answers, especially this week, because he's asleep and he's not feeling very well, and he's not here.
Oh, you undercut my bit. My bit was going to be send them over.
Wait, why is so Ben should wake up and come and be in the thing and then give me all of the answers for all of the time I do this for him.
Well, that would rather spoil the fact that you then have to be here for to take over for him. What I am going to also say before we really kick off with the quiz questions tonight, Rogue, what team name would you like?
I'm going to go with Team No Regrets. No, correction.
No regrets.
Team All the Regrets.
Team All
Team Many Regrets.
Regret.
Just regret. Just Team Regret.
Team All Regrets. Sir Droobles.
Team Rogue sucks.
Oh,
With an X.
Yeah, that makes it sound like a little bit less harsh.
Angel.
Angel feather like usual.
boring.
Oh.
I'll put LU in brackets. Because it might be too long if I put Angel Feather like usual spelled out. Angel Mama. I didn't quite hear that one.
Copernicus.
Is there enough space for Copernicus?
If I spell it
Can
like
John spell
that,
Copernicus?
then yes. Yes, there is.
Copernicus, also known as that guy.
John, score yourself 2 points if you manage to spell it correctly.
I believe I did.
That's the most points John has ever got in the quiz.
Yeah, I spelled it right. I mean, assuming you were spelling it the same way as Nicholas Copernicus, the polymath. If you were spelling it some other way, then I don't know who that is, and so no.
I don't know if anyone here could correct you, so we'll just assume that you spelled it correctly and you scored 2 points.
Yay! Yeah, I don't score myself enough points. I should. Ree, I'm going to ask you... I've got a question for you first, Ree, and that question is, how long do you want me to put on the timer for each of your questions?
Probably give them like a minute, to be honest. I mean, some of them are multiple choice, but it means I can give out the multiple choices again and things.
Okay.
I was worried that Ree was going to go really harsh on us and be like, 5 seconds.
Yeah, you got 5 seconds. Just answer. Pick quick now.
Okay.
Honestly, I was expecting the same.
So, Ree is going to start us off with Bronze Age history. Over to Ree.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ree. I am going to preface this with the reason I have done this round is because I did a degree in archaeology. And I spent probably a module on the Bronze Age. We don't actually concentrate that much on it. Really depends on what you picked. And I cared more about plantation archaeology and landscapes. So, interesting. But
So if you want rounds on those...
yeah, I probably could have
Stay
done way
tuned.
more on that. I'd expect Rogue to know way more about it as well, because I talked to him a lot about my dissertation. But hey,
So when I lose tonight, John, my next round will be on Jamaican plantation history between the 16 and 1800s.
Okay.
Why not?
Ree, can we get you back?
I think
I'm pretty sure Rogue wins. Right.
did I get the time frame right on that? I can't remember. It might be a century out either way.
Potentially, yeah, slightly.
I feel like this is Rogue threatening us to make sure he wins.
I will point out...
If I lose, you'll have to do this round.
I will
And we'll
point
have to
out-
bring Ree back.
It's a tactic.
that he doesn't have to win. He just has to not lose.
Well, there you go then, everyone. Keep him in third. So, yeah,
How low can you go?
I did a degree in archaeology and... well, I didn't end up in a job in archaeology, otherwise maybe these questions would have been more interesting, because there's not a lot of those in the world. I am a little bit flexible on answers if you can absolutely back up how you know the information to be ever so slightly out. But some of these are multiple choice, so we're going to try and keep this simple for yourselves as best as we can. So, are we ready for question 1?
About as ready as we can be.
Yes,
Oh.
Santa.
Wow. Question 1 then. The Bronze Age, so aptly named due to it being the first age of the use of metal for tools and other items. But what was the name given to the beginning period? Was it, and this is multiple choice, so was it A, the Hadean, B, the Mycenaean, C, the Chalcolithic, or D, the Calabrian?
Your
And if
1
you need any
minute
of those again,
starts
let me
now.
know.
I wasn't expecting it to go this hard.
What was D?
Mr. One Rock. What was D? D is the Calabrian or Calabrian, as I have never heard some of these said aloud. Weirdly,
You mean Calabrian?
Calabrian.
Because it's. I'm assuming it's named.
Brian.
Yeah, that's Calabrian because it's
Calabrian.
It's named after the region in Italy.
Oh, there you go. Bit of
20
extra
seconds.
information for you.
My father had never heard the name Penelope. He'd only ever seen it written, so he thought it was Penelope.
Oh,
He
that's
pronounced it
brilliant.
Penelope.
That's one of the classics.
Yep. I mean, he read
And-
voraciously, but guess didn't know too many Penelopes.
That is time up on question 1.
Okay. Question 2. Copper is the main component for bronze, which during the Bronze Age we combined with what to create that alloy?
Timer has started.
And then there is a bonus question. For a bonus point, in the early Bronze Age, what other type of copper alloy did archaeologists find? Well, that's a bonus. Don't have to answer that one.
Can I hear the main question again? Because my brain shut down.
Copper is the main component for bronze, which during the Bronze Age we combined with what to create that alloy? So what did we combine with copper to make bronze? And the bonus point is in the early Bronze Age, what other type of copper alloy did archaeologists find? And to be fair, you should hopefully all be able to get this. Or at least any of you that stream with the wonderful final boss fight.
I mean, at the very
over
least, I hope that some of you know that bronze is an alloy. So, that'll be a bonus.
I know that you get bronze for coming third. I don't think that's going to help me here.
Rogue has subbed for 37 months in a row and says, I regret some things now.
Oh my god, okay.
Time is up on question 2, though, so it is time, Ree,
Yeah.
for question 3.
Question 3. 2 materials, copper, and the answer to the previous question, because I'm not giving you the answer, were commonly used to create the alloy bronze. Where in the UK did we mine most of that second material?
How specific are we being? Are we talking like counties or cardinal directions?
I want the place.
Oh,
So
God.
probably a county. I assume it's
You've
the
got
modern
this.
name of the county, right?
Yes, it is.
Like you've not
and
got like a
there is-
spelled out thing of what they used to call it in the Bronze Age.
No, so it is the modern name of the area which we would mine the material from, and there are 2 answers. So if you can think of one of them, because there are 2 answers really. We had 2 areas that it was. I'm so sorry, Rogue. Your face. I'm watching the stream as well.
Isn't it glorious? It's a shame we can't see the same anguish on Ghost Skull's face, but
Do you not see the shocked face of my ghost skull?
I mean,
It's
actually,
all
yeah, it is.
eyes and tiny mouth.
Sorry, is this anger better?
I can't see it.
It
Oh
sort
no,
of has
there
to.
it is.
It has to be about the same as you got to run through the whole gamut of those emotions.
I didn't
Aw.
realize the skull also frowns.
I have 4 emotions.
Only 4.
Oh, a whole 4.
Yeah, so this is let me go through them. So there's this one which is completely normal.
Okay.
There's this one where I don't have there's not much difference between this one and the other one.
What is the difference? Because I'm not seeing it.
It's largely the thickness of of the eyes.
Okay.
I don't know why that's an option, but it is. I can be angry.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, why are we doing this goddamn round, Rogue?
Which makes me so angry. I'm so happy.
And then I can also do.
Okay.
Whereas so you have 4 emotions, the skull has 2.
Yeah. Right, so question 4. Are we ready?
Sure.
Sure.
Question 4. The Bronze Age was a time of great progress throughout the world. But what key physical invention that we have modified and developed today, and most of us use every single day in some way, can be attributed to that period?
Time has started.
Sorry, can you read that again?
Yeah. So it's in the Bronze Age was a time of great progress throughout the world, but what key physical invention that we have modified and developed today was, and most of us use every single day in some way, can be attributed to that period?
I don't have a lot to do in round 1, so I'm just going to put on this fez.
God.
It just happens to be on the desk still from a recent fez wearing incident. But I wear a fez now. Fezes are cool.
So I'll tell you guys what really sucks is I want to be watching the stream so me and Mom can see all the animations on the cool skull, but you can't mute Twitch on the cell phone.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
What also sucks is the timer's up for that question. So, it's time for question 5.
Question 5, another multiple choice. With the change in culture came new burial practices, and during the early to mid Bronze Age, we saw the introduction of what type of burials in the UK? A. Beaker burials. B. Wooden boffin burials. C. Collective burials. Or D. Exhumation burials.
Can you repeat B for me?
Yeah.
Can you explain all of those?
I can. I have wonderful little factoids for you afterwards for all the answers. It's B is wooden boffin burials, and that is with a B.
What was A again?
Beaker burials.
Beaker.
I now have a beret.
What are beaker and boffin burials? Or would that give away the answer?
I'm assuming as that question isn't being answered, it might give things away.
From the other room, I did hear a that didn't come through because I'm guessing push to talk.
So beaker burials were so named because of the shape of pottery placed alongside the burials.
Were they also done by a Muppet that goes?
And that is as much information as I'll give you because I don't want to give too much away about the various things. What was the other one you were curious about? Because I feel C is more explanatory.
It was largely all of them.
Okay.
I've chosen an answer. I'm just going to stick with it and I pray to God it's right.
I'm going to stick with it. Okay.
Wait, which one was C again?
C was collective burials.
Right, okay, so it's beaker, boffin, collective, and exhumation.
Yeah, those are your options.
I have a beret now, by the way, in case anybody missed that in the...
It's beautiful. I can see it on the screen.
Is it a green beret?
Changing hats.
No, it's a navy beret.
I didn't think the Navy had berets.
This was made in India.
Oh.
I didn't go to India to get it, but it was made in India.
Okay. Question 6. What was believed to be the first written language of the Bronze Age?
And I have a smoking cap
Oh,
now.
how pedantic is this question?
I have 2 answers, so it's not that pedantic. I will accept both answers because I feel like I know what you're asking.
He's asking how pedantic is this question.
Extremely.
I have a smoking cap now.
Well, how do you have so many hats?
I raided my cosplay cupboard about
Yeah.
a week ago and got out a lot of the hats. I'm running out of hats, but you know we're running out of questions in the first round, so unfortunately I'm gonna run out
you have
of
a pipe
hats
to go with it?
before.
Do you have a pipe to go with your smoking hat?
No, I should get a pipe for smoking hat purposes.
If
Or like
only,
a cigar?
if only you knew someone who might be able to get a hold of such things.
Yeah. Who do I know that could get me costume bits?
No one.
Angel?
Oh my god, speaking of costume bits, while I was in Hunstanton this week with my grandparents, I stopped at Britain's largest joke shop, and they've got a bunch of stuff out for Halloween, and they have so many different Halloween costumes, and I was like, how angry would John be if I just brought one of those sexy nun costumes to MCM? Not to cosplay as anybody, but just as a sexy nun.
Hey, Angel, if you want a costume to annoy my brother, I have a thing that is horrific.
Is it the inflatable Jabba Hutt?
Timer is
John-
up, so can we get question 7, please?
Of
Let's see.
course.
Out of
Question-
curiosity,
Go on, Rob.
Just- out of curiosity, how much Final Boss Fight XP would we have to donate for you to wear a nun costume next stream?
There is not enough going. Or do you
Right.
mean how much would you have to donate for Angel to wear one?
No, I meant you.
Okay, then no, there is not enough.
I was gonna say, I'd need cold hard cash for that.
So question 7, please. I believe we're up to.
Yeah, one question 7. 5 poems are thought to be some of the earliest written works dating back to 2000 BC. But who were these works written about? And for a bonus point, you'll get a bonus point if you can name any of them. Or up to 5 bonus points if you can name them all.
This hat is not going on as smoothly, but yeah, there we go. There we go.
I feel like this has just recalibrated those questions so that those cap out at about a 7, and this question is a 12.
Ree,
What?
can I get the question again, please?
Yeah, sorry. I think I heard you in the next room, but not actually heard what you said. 5 poems are thought to be some of the earliest works dating back to 2000 BC. But who were these works written about? And a bonus point if you can name each of the poems.
I'm now wearing a Pikachu hat.
John, very helpful.
It is not helpful, but I can tell you that this Pikachu hat came as part of a loot box we did an unboxing for, and one of the Pokeball dangly bits got pulled off in the in pulling it out of the loot box, and Sean sewed it back on again for me. So I have my 2 dangly Pokeballs.
I'm
Are
gonna
we
clip
ready?
that out of context.
We are now ready for question 8, please.
Yeah. So, question 8, continuing on from the previous question. What modern day folklore creature was first referenced in 2100 BC in the aforementioned poems?
I can
Do
guarantee
you
you
think
that
we're
it was.
smart?
It
Is
was
that why you've
not
written these
Pikachu.
questions, Ree?
Sorry?
Mom wants to know if you're under the mistaken perception that we are intelligent.
I mean, to be fair, This one you can have a wild stab at,
I can
and
also
you might get it
guarantee-
right. And Drew should know.
And I can also.
I'm scoring 1
guarantee
point this round, baby.
What was the question again?
So, continue on from the previous question. What
Yep.
modern-day folklore creature was first referenced in 2100 BC in the aforementioned poems?
And I can guarantee you that these are a lot nicer questions than any of the ones that I had prepared that would have no chance of getting if you knew nothing.
Did John cut out for anyone else as well?
Oh yeah, thoroughly cut out, but we got the gist.
Yeah.
You guys would have had no chance for the questions I'd managed to find.
Ooh,
Yeah,
do you
but the
have
thing
one
is,
of
with
those
your
on hand?
questions, we could have probably Googled Bronze Age history pub quiz questions and found a couple.
It was a lot of dates, Angel. It was a lot of, hey, give me the dates between this and this, which I just looked at and went, oh, it's just, I can't even know.
Question 9 for us, please, Ree.
Okay. In recent news, a Bronze Age burial site was uncovered where? And you don't have to be hugely specific, but I'd like the place at least, like the name of the area. So it doesn't have to be a particular hill or a particular valley or mountain or anything.
I love how that was. Oh, we're not being that specific.
I mean, I have the specifics, but I will allow you to not be that specific.
Oh,
I'm specific, but in a very different way, and hopefully it's enough to get me a point.
I figured for the last 2 questions, I'd pop back over to the cosplay cupboard, and so I've now got an army cap.
Do you have nothing Bronze Age related in your cosplay cupboard?
No, he'll have to fix that.
Let's go to a lake.
I mean,
and
I've
find
got
a
this
sword.
shield, but it's definitely not Bronze Age. It might be bronze.
Oh, actually, wait. I have a bronze axe head somewhere around here.
Wasn't that incredible helmet Bronze Age? No, it wasn't, was it?
I'm not sure which helmet you're talking about.
The bronze one.
From what?
And it has the nose flap in the museum.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like a really, really famous helmet because it's like the only one they found. And it's like, yay, it comes down to here and then it has a nose flap on it. It comes down at the back. So
Just to cut in, it is now time for question 10.
Okay, question 10. More recent news. Which Middle Eastern museum had a priceless Bronze Age jaw broken by a child?
Oh God!
Oh God! What was this? Sorry, what was that you asking again here? What museum it is?
Yeah, the name of the museum.
And for the recent news question, I've got this Channel 6 action news hat. This came in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles loot crate. And with a mug.
I kind of love the idea of John both giving the news in sort of like modern RP news speaker voice, but also I kind of would love to hear John do the news in sort of like crackly radio voice that now everyone associates with Alastor from Hazbin Hotel. Because that'd be amazing.
Let's begin.
If I got any of these right, it's pure luck.
Well, we have a bonus question. So
I didn't
have
bring a hat for the bonus.
final
question.
bonus. No, so this is more recent news, but this was to try and give you all things that I mean, I feel like John has sent some of these news articles as well, but it's been a while since we were first going to do this quiz. But in more recent news, and this has nothing to do with the Bronze Age, this is just interesting archaeology stuff. Stonehenge, built approximately 5,000 years ago, was recently in the news with an incredible discovery. What was the discovery?
I'm not going to start a timer for this one.
That's just a nice bonus one
You
for an extra point.
Repeat the question.
So, Stonehenge, built approximately 5,000 years ago, was recently in the news with an incredible discovery. What was that discovery? All over the BBC, but it was at the time I wrote this, so that was a while ago.
I do believe that I did send this to people at the time.
I have no idea.
I might not have done.
The only thing I know about Stonehenge in recent news is that it got had some cornflower thrown at it.
Didn't have cornflower thrown at it. They spray painted it orange, which has done immeasurable damage to some mold. Moss. That is like extinct now because of these stupid stop oil guys.
I was going to say, if it had cornflower thrown in it, I don't think it would have much of an effect on Stonehenge.
I was going to say, also 100% sure it was cornflower.
No,
I mean, it might
think
have
it was
had both
spray
things
painted
happen.
as well.
Bright orange spray paint.
Yeah. Although that's not the answer to the question, weirdly, because that's not a discovery.
Yeah.
Well, they
Sadly.
discovered
That is
it doesn't
interesting
like
recent
bright
news, though.
orange stone paint.
Yes, by spraying Stonehenge with bright orange spray paint, they unlocked its hidden power to print money.
My God. Right, are we ready for some answers?
Yes.
Okay, so question 1. The Bronze Age, so aptly named due to being the first age of the use of metal for tools and other items. But what was the name given to the beginning period? Who wants to go
Rogue.
first at a guess?
Oh, okay, I've been nominated. I went with Messinian.
No.
Drupal.
That's the only one I knew.
I went with whatever D was.
Calabrian.
Yeah, that one.
That's incorrect.
Oh, god damn it! You and Rogue talked so much about that. I thought it had to be that one.
I went with
Angel.
A.
I
Angel.
went with Calabrian too. Ask Mom.
Angel Mama says A.
The Hadean. No, unfortunately, you've fallen for the trap card. It was the Chalcolithic Age, also known as the Copper Stone Age, but the other three were randomly chosen from a wiki page of pre-human eras used for the geological period.
I thought Calabrian sounded familiar.
I thought that was a font.
No,
I-
that's Calibri.
I would like to point out that I've just done a quick bit of research, and on the subreddit Megalith Porn, Stonehenge was recently sprayed with corn powder
Oh,
or an orange powder paint. It wasn't spray painted, it was powder painted. It won't damage the stones, but it will have a lasting effect on things that grow on the stones,
Right.
apparently.
The lichen.
It's like the lichen and the moss.
But yes, question 2, Rebels.
So technically, we were both right.
You
Yes.
were. So yeah, sadly, no points for question 1 and the Chalcolithic Age. But question 2, copper is the main component for bronze, which during the Bronze Age we combined with what to create the alloy?
Sir
We'll
Dribbles.
go with just the first half first.
Tin?
That is correct.
Damn.
Woo!
We did indeed create a copper tin alloy as bronze. For the bonus point, then.
Wait, what did you-
I'll need to double check what they use in all the Minecraft mods now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think it is tin as
I
well.
think they do use tin, yeah.
Yeah, which is why I was like, oh, hopefully this one for Minecraft players. For the bonus point then, in the early Bronze Age, what other type of copper alloy did archaeologists find?
Did anyone answer this?
Tin again. They discovered it to mix it to make the thing.
I put brass down because that's the only other alloy I could think of.
No, that is not correct. Okay, would we just like the answer? It's an interesting little fact.
Yeah.
So, they found copper arsenic alloys They were found in much of what is now mainland Europe and in the Middle East, and this led to a contentious argument over whether or not this was the early version of a refining process to create copper alloys, or whether this was a byproduct of the way the copper alloy was produced in that early Bronze Age. But yeah, arsenic.
Cool. Me and Mom had nickel.
I'm not sure how do you make nickel? Well, but cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we thought it was we thought it was copper
nickel-
and nickel that got bronze.
So, yeah,
Yeah, cool.
nickel is an element. So
It's
yeah.
an
Yeah, all right,
element.
yeah. Oh, sadly it was it was arsenic. It's just a absolutely bizarre thing I found out, which I wasn't aware of.
Very strange.
Oh,
So copper and
Right.
nickel mixed together makes copper nickel.
that sounds like a type of bread.
It does.
It is commonly used in marine, like seawater systems for piping, navy ships, subsea electrical components, apparently, power distribution, in telecommunications applications, and medical technology.
Is this because it's like
I wonder if it has to do with like
anti-corrosive?
rustic corrosion resistance or something.
It is strong
Yeah,
and
right.
corrosion resistant.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah,
Look at that! I actually had a thought.
and it was right.
Right. Well, question 3 then. 2 materials, copper and, as we now know, tin, were commonly used to create the alloy bronze. But where in the UK did we mine most of that material? So where did we mine most of our tin?
Angel.
Cumbria?
No.
Angel Mama.
No, I put Lake District because I was trying to think. It was somewhere up north.
Rogue.
Cornwall and Devon?
Those 2 answers are correct.
I was
Do
going to say,
we score?
Sean would be very disappointed if somebody didn't get this one right.
Can I just check? Is that 1 point for getting both, or will one of them suffice for a full point?
It's 1 for each. So that was a 2-pointer question if you did know both. So
Yeah.
yes, Cornwall or Devon were the places that we got most of our tin. A fun, unrelated history fact. Obviously, in Arthurian myth, King Arthur is thought to have come from Tintagel,
Yeah.
which is what Cornwall, well, in the area of Cornwall. But Tintagel is not derived from the word tin. It is instead derived from the Cornish Din Tagel to mean fortress with a narrow entrance.
Sir Drubals and I have been there.
I have 2 fun facts if I can share them.
Are either of them the fact that Sir Drubals and I have been to Tintagel?
No, they're related to tin.
Okay.
One is that, at least, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'd hate to misinform people. But the fact that tin was mined in that sort of extreme part of Britain is why one of the oldest names for the British Isles is like Britain or the Tin Islands, because it's the islands where you get tin. I don't know if that's correct when it comes to the etymology, but I've seen it repeated enough. And the other one is that whilst Britain was the western extreme of the Bronze Age trade network that you could get tin from, the other extreme was Afghanistan.
There you go. I'm not sure. I can't correct you, so because I'm not sure on that, because we exported most of the tin for the creation of, well, for producing bronze. But
on a quick Google searching, I can confirm that one theory is that yes, it may come from the Phoenician word baratanic, which means land of tin.
oh,
We're tinish.
We are the place you go to get tin. Possibly.
okay. So
Is that why all our
Question-
food's in cans?
Moving swiftly on.
I did.
I assume that.
I heard half of that, so I'm sorry. Question 4, and I know this question was worded really weirdly, but I wanted to really instill in you that this was a physical object and try and sort of hint towards the answer. But the Bronze Age was a time of great progress throughout the world. But what key physical invention that we have modified and developed today, and most of us use every single day in some way, can be attributed to that period?
Angel Mama.
She's indisposed at the moment, so she put cutlery.
No.
Rogue.
The wheel?
That is correct.
No way!
The wheel for use, but
Right.
specifically the wheel for use on vehicles. As we are aware, the wheel existed slightly before that, but the wheel for use on vehicles
Because chariots.
can be taken back to that period. So in the Bronze Age is known primarily for 5 inventions or achievements through history, which is the wheel, irrigation, dedicated fields for planting, the bronze plough, the bronze axe and sword, and a writing system.
But what has the
And-
Bronze Age done for us?
Yeah. What
Calm
have they
down.
indeed?
Oh, I think they also invented international trade.
Technically, we did trade before that.
I mean, I was being facetious, but yes.
But technically the wheel was developed in 4200 BC in the lower Mesopotamian, but this was a pottery wheel, not a vehicle wheel such as chariots. I will also accept, though, that really, although not a physical thing, if anyone did write the first written language, I do accept that for a point, because that is also
It was
something I would
older.
give a point to.
I thought it was older than that.
So
I would have thought they'd been using like wagons before then.
No, not wagons. Wouldn't
No,
have
they
thought
use pottery wheels, but the wheel for use on a vehicle, but I'd just accept the wheel, because I'm not going to be that pedantic.
Donkeys did a lot of work before the wheel was invented.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So question the next one.
Question 5. Another multiple choice. With the change in culture came new burial practices. During the early to mid Bronze Age, we saw the introduction of what type of burials in the UK?
Rogue.
I threw a dart and went with A, which I think was beaker.
That is correct. It is beaker burials.
Is it the correct answer, though?
It is the correct answer. So, beaker full body / cremation burials, so called due to the shape of pottery placed alongside the body, or the cremation ashes that the cremate was placed in. We also had what we called them, other than beaker, was collared urn cremations. But these were exclusive to the UK, and these were buried inside small, narrow, small round barrows with ornamental grave goods, and sometimes alongside other remains as a secondary burial into an older barrow, because we began the practice of reusing barrows at that point. For extra information with the other answers, so wooden boffin and collective burials are from the Neolithic period. A wooden boffin burial is where they would use a wooden plank to place the body on, or a hollowed out tree trunk to place a body in. And collective burials being sort of the mass burials where they buried families together, and they would realign everyone according to sort of who they were related to. And exhumation burials are typical of the Iron Age and involved the burial of someone, and then they would exhume them, dig them up to rebury them elsewhere after a period of ritual had passed. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, how does that work?
Yeah.
Is it sort of
Yeah.
like you bury them somewhere special, and then like after a few months, it's like, right, cool, we got to put them on the shelf.
Yeah, so they would bury them in chambers and wait for them to,
Mummify?
yeah, essentially, and then they would rebury the skeleton in a particular ritualistic place that they had chosen.
Was
Bit
that
like
also
Roy.
possibly to ensure that they were really dead at the time?
Probably.
Oh, potentially, who knows?
I mean, if you don't know
that
how
was
to
so
make sure that
expensive.
somebody's dead, then, you know.
I mean, to be fair, we were still figuring that out into the Victorian period.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Oh,
really
little bells.
little bells. You had like,
Saved by the bell.
and then you had the and then you had then there was the anti-vampire
The
burial.
cages.
Yeah, those cages are. Oh, God, we've done some weird things as a species.
Wow.
This is why the aliens won't talk to us.
Hey, Law.
So, question
Welcome in.
6. What was believed to be the first written language of the Bronze Age?
Sir Drubels.
I think that
So at this point, I didn't know the answers, so I wrote exactly what I wrote. It's Smeglish. It's like English mixed with what it sounds like to be a smeghead. I'm hoping for points by mentioning a red dwarf thing. See me for trying to appeal to my wife.
Weirdly, that's not correct.
Angel.
oh, funny that. I put Gaelic.
No.
Angel Mama.
Darn.
Picked.
No. Oh, wait, did you say picked?
Yes.
No, that's not correct. Sorry.
Rogue.
I went with demotic and hieroglyphs.
Oh, you are wrong. I am sorry. No points this round for anyone. It was cuneiform, also known as Sumerian script, which actually predates hieroglyphics.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Because
You-
they're the little wedges.
Yeah, the little wedges that doesn't look like a language, but it is. It was the first written language.
You guys all know that
And
bit in
I
anime
forget
where
that.
somebody is just stood up and then is fallen on the ground in shock.
Questions.
I
Same
just watched
here.
Rogue do
It
that.
was the latest, earliest language I could think of.
I'm glad that I get to fulfill real life anime recreations for you, John. I am in fact a flesh and blood cartoon character. It's why sometimes I sound like Foghorn Leghorn.
Next question.
Right. Question 7. 5 poems are thought to be some of the earliest written works dating back to 2000 BC. But who were these written about? And then a bonus point if you can name the poems, but I'm mostly just looking for the name of who they were written about.
Angel.
I have another dumb answer.
Oh, sorry. Sir Drubels.
They were not written about a person. This is a trick question. They were written about a star, and one of the poems, at least, was "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," because that has existed for all time.
All right.
Angel.
That's not correct, weirdly.
I put the pagan gods.
No.
Angel Mama.
Well, because it's poetry, I originally thought that they were written about someone's ex, because, they went all goth and they just, sat and wrote these really bad lyrics and turned them into, But then I thought maybe mythical creatures because of the next question.
Oh, I was looking for a specific name, unfortunately, but the
El
types of...
Chupacabra.
Rogue.
I went with Gilgamesh.
That is correct. Gilgamesh, king of Ur.
So I have the Epic of Gilgamesh
Why did you
as,
think of that?
as a bonus answer if that gets any of the poem points.
It does not, because the Epic of Gilgamesh is the collection of poems, not the name of any of the poems.
Fair, okay.
It
there's
was
one about-
Gilgamesh.
There's one
Hey,
where
this
he's
is
really sad about Enkidu.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where I show my very limited American education. Who the fuck is Gilgamesh?
No, what?
No, who?
It's a what?
Gilgamesh was the one.
Also, Angel, can you watch your harsh language?
No.
Also, can we all
So-
watch talking over each other, please?
Do you want to explain?
My joke was going to be that Gilgamesh is a character from the Fate series, King of Kings, etc. No, I think Gilgamesh.
I feel that Rogue's
You
cut
lose
out for
everybody.
everybody else.
Yeah, I know what he did. So Gilgamesh was the king of Uruk, which was what is modern day Afghanistan now, and it's meant to be it's meant to be writing about sort of his life and these wonderful poems about the various things that he did. Obviously, some of them are quite fanciful. So the names are Gilgamesh and Huwawa, Gilgamesh and the Bull of Heaven, Gilgamesh and Aga of Kish, and Gilgamesh and Kidu and the Netherworld, and lastly, the Death of Gilgamesh.
I really hate to be. Can I be heard now? Am
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Thank God. Uruk was not in Afghanistan. It was in Iraq.
Oh, there you go. And it was Iraq. Sorry. I couldn't remember which way round it was because I haven't written that down. But I knew it was one of those.
Mesopotamia is famously the land between the rivers. Those
There you
rivers
go,
being
yeah.
the
He was
Tigris
the
and
king
Euphrates.
of what is now modern day Iraq then. But
They
yeah.
did not teach us that in American schools, so
Teach us shit in
Did you
They
did
not
you
teach
watch
us that in British schools?
did you not watch the hit Marvel movie The Eternals where Gilgamesh features as one of the main characters?
Did you
no.
not?
Nobody really watched
I
that
did.
film.
I enjoyed that film.
You were wrong, Sue. The film's terrible, but I just wanted to make a point.
Law watched it as well.
I'm losing.
I mean, I also watched it, but, you know. I was also going to say, is
Right.
it Gilgamesh if nobody else got it? So.
John gets another point.
I would have got a point there. Yay.
So, question 8. Continuing on from that previous question, what modern day folklore creature was first referenced in 2100 BC within those aforementioned poems?
I'm going
The
to
Loch
assume
Ness
the.
monster.
Okay. Was it the Loch Ness Monster, Ree?
No.
Angel Mama.
So I shouldn't mean to say that out loud.
I'm going with Taurus.
No.
Full of the
Rogue.
heavens.
I'm going with werewolf because I think that basically describes Enkidu.
Yes, it is werewolves. Which is why Drew should have known this because we went to a lecture on this.
My exact answer was werewolves. Bleep. I know I got the previous question wrong now.
Okay.
Wait, you had time to correct it, Drew.
No, we had our minute. We went on to the next question, Rogue. I'm following the rules of the quiz. I've also bleeped my answers, so I'm like making sure to follow all of the rules as perfectly as possible. Also, it's not as comedically funny to go, oh, I just realised that I got the previous question completely wrong, and because it wouldn't be funny, Rogue.
I also
Right.
do
Yeah, appreciate
appreciate the comic timing on when Rogue cut out was. And let me just explain this really in-depth thing. It's really important that you remember this.
I'm just also going to bring up that I have a great comedic answer for the next question as well.
Excellent.
Okay, right. So, the answer is werewolves. No, not as we know a werewolf today. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, so the collection of poems, there is they tell the story of Ishtar, the goddess of fertility, love, war, and sex, who was supposedly in love with the hero Gilgamesh, and so she flirts with him. But Gilgamesh, however, rejects her advances because of how she treated her past suitors. One suitor in particular comes to mind, a young shepherd that had fallen in love with the goddess. He left her bountiful offerings at a shrine on a mountainside, and at first the arrogant Ishtar encouraged him, but eventually she grew bored with his devotion and transformed him into a wolf. And he was then torn to bits by his own hounds.
Would you also like to let people know why? Because you keep mentioning that I'd know this. Why would I know this?
You
Because
to a
we went
lecture.
to a lecture all about werewolves through history.
I was going to say it would be
Yes,
very
we-
difficult to have got Drew to many other types of lectures on this topic, I assume.
It was a date night.
Yay!
I'm honestly kind of happy that I got that right, but I'm slightly sad that I got it for the wrong reason because I legitimately thought it was about Enkidu.
No, it's about Ishtar. She apparently was awful.
Mesopotamian gods all suck. They did kill their parents.
Lots of gods all suck. They all killed their parents.
Ishtar
and
is a
lot of
name in a
things.
lot of different
Yeah.
regions in that area.
Hey.
All right. Question 9. In recent news, a Bronze Age burial site was uncovered. Where?
Sadrubal's.
So, word for word, what I wrote down was, Ree has told me this, bleep, 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 it's the place you go in Hitman 3, Dartmoor.
That is correct. It is in Dartmoor.
And Ree told you this.
And it's also the place you go in Hitman 3, and that's the only reason I remembered it, because that's when Ree told me this. Ree went, of course it's Dartmoor. It's the posh place you go to in Hitman 3.
I know. Related to.
I'm hoping that everybody got this one, because on the 26th of August at 10:27 a.m. I shared with you all a link about this in the Quiz Night Irregulars chat. Rogue, you commented on it, and Angel Mama put a little okay sign on it. So you've
I never actually.
I can't remember everything, John.
Oh. But right, so it was Cut Hill in Dartmoor. And this is an extremely exciting find for really very dull archaeology reasons, but I thought it was really exciting because upon lifting the capstone that covers the burial site, they found cuts of wood which were deliberately shaped, bringing more questions to our understanding of the burial practices from that period, because these pieces of wood had survived that entire time because the capstone had been that sealed. Well, it had just been sealed.
Nice.
So it's really cool.
I really thought for a
And
second you
here
were
I
going to
was
say
saying they found it under a car park again.
No, that was Henry III. Or Richard III.
I really thought you were going to say
right?
they lifted the capstone up and the guy inside went, "Oh, blimey, it's light out there. What's going on? Have you got any idea how long I've been in here?"
They found in a car park, right?
That was Richard the
Richard
Third. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Humpback.
Yeah.
I've actually got a friend whose job is to basically check for those.
What, the car parks?
Yeah, like whenever they start construction in like city centers, one of the regulations is you've got to have an archaeologist basically on contract just in case you find like a burial site or some sort of ruin under
Well,
everything.
just
In
in case we
America, they
find
have
a
the same
monarch
thing.
under there.
Yeah, pretty much. In America, they have the same thing for the Native Americans. They have to have someone on site in case anything is unearthed that could be mystical or important or, like you say, archaeologically important to them, because so many of these sites were lost because, well, we went over and slaughtered them all. So the ones that remembered couldn't pass down the information. So bit of an oops there. But yeah, that's how a lot of our stuff's, well, I say our because I'm American as well as English, but that's how a lot of the stuff is found. I know they were just digging up London yet again, and they found another Roman
You can't throw a stone in
no, it
London
was not
without
an
digging up
aqueduct,
a
it was a
Roman
road.
thing.
It was another road that they found, but I think there was evidence of buildings as well. So, again, but there's one I want to say, and it's a McChuck's, and they have a glass floor, so you can see
Yes.
the Roman crap
That's great.
underneath. Yeah, which I think is kind of cool. That way they didn't disturb it too much, but everybody could see the sort of history of it. The little ghost we had in my house when we lived in England, well, actually, the whole lot of them, because it was a bunch of Romans. We only saw them from the waist up because I imagine they were walking on what was the original road, which would have been about 6 feet under where we were living.
The foundations of the house.
Foundations of the house, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we were built on one of sort of the used to be a major thoroughfare.
There was a
Right.
guy, and I
it-
distinctly remember this, and he would stand in the corner of my bedroom and he'd be sort of half in the wall. and he would just be staring out, like, into the corner of my bedroom, right towards the direction of the pig fields. And I guess there must have been something there, a watchtower or something. And every night he'd be there, and you kind of forget about him after a while. But sometimes you'd wake up and he'd be there, and you're like, "Motherfucker,
Rogue.
That's not daddy.
Um, so this is twice I've heard the phrase McChucks in the last week. Is this like a new meme for McDonald's?
No, I've said McChucks for about 20 years, honey, because it begins with a muck, and when you eat it, you chuck.
Okay, moving
Oh.
along because
Okay, so it is McDonald's then. Cool.
Yes.
I just
Just-
needed a translation for a moment.
Right. So, last question of the 10 questions at least, then we have our bonus question. More recent news. Which Middle Eastern museum had a priceless Bronze Age jar broken by a child?
Rogue.
I don't know, but the mum needs to be sued.
Oh.
No, the museum are fine with it.
Rogue.
Istanbul? Did I come through?
You did.
yeah."
Yeah. No, that's not the answer.
Okay.
Sorry if I didn't come through.
It's
Said
an
Rogue.
Israeli It's an Israeli museum, but for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. They were actually totally fine and welcomed the kid back already.
Does anyone have an answer?
No, I mean, I remember the article, but I don't read it that closely because it annoyed me. But,
I put the Cairo Museum.
oh, because of the mummy?
No, it's because it's the only Middle Eastern museum I know.
I assume that
Cairo?
if it's Israeli, it's Tel
Egypt?
Aviv.
No, it's not. So it's the Hetch Museum in Haifa, or Haifa. I actually know how you say that.
Can I get half a point for Israeli museum?
I suppose you've got the area right, so sure, you can have
Yeah,
half
I
point.
got the closest without going over.
Not really how it works
Um,
on geography questions.
Not without a plane.
But right, so as the story goes, the reason that this was so awful is because this was a Bronze Age jar, quite a large one, that was completely intact.
Yep.
And it is the only wholly intact Bronze Age jar we have, where we had tested the insides and we had gotten things such as like residues for olive oil and so on. And it was displayed without protective glass, at preference from the museum, because they wanted everyone to be able to view it fully and appreciate just how wonderful this was without it being behind glass and having the view skewed. A small child, whose name was Alex, was curious what would be inside the jar, so tilted it slightly to have a look in, causing it to fall and break. It has luckily been restored, but it has completely lost its uniqueness in the fact it was completely intact before, and the museum have put it back out without protective glass again.
Can I just butt in with one little thing?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
and it's
Sir
just what
Drubels,
gets
one
me. It's
little
like
thing.
it was fully intact.
So the museum has welcomed the kid back and stuff. They said that they don't believe that like they should be putting these things behind glass and that the public should be able to like see them being interrupted with a barrier or anything like that. So they like the museum was not bothered and they were able to restore it. Obviously it is sad that like obviously this was the only intact one that we had. But yeah, like no, the museum has handled this really well. Like they invited the parents back. They did a whole piece on them. It was really lovely.
At what point?
Yeah, that's stupid.
So,
Yeah.
just honestly, at what point as a parent do you go, I'm going to let my child touch the unprotected
Bronze Age.
Bronze Age jar? Like, were they just not paying attention? I mean, what's worse? Were they paying attention and let it happen, or were they just not paying attention?
I think it was more the kid just walked up and kind of pushed it over. So even if they were paying attention, like it was very like it was from my understanding from how I read the story, it was very much
It was
like
a momentary
regardless of whether they
thing.
were paying attention or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be they were on a tour. So the parent, I think they were just there with their dad, was distracted somewhat, listening to a tour at the same time as being with the child, and the child had just, for a second, the jar was right next to them and just wanted to look in.
I mean,
Which is just-
also, don't question why there aren't that many mummies around anymore.
But
There
right.
you go. Anyways, I think I know the bonus question.
Ooh, so bonus question. In the recent news, Stonehenge, built approximately 5,000 years ago, nothing to do with the Bronze Age, but I just thought this was really cool. It was in the news recently due to an incredible discovery. What was that discovery?
The stones are from Scotland, not Wales.
You are correct.
They're
Yeah.
from a lot further away, right?
Yeah, so it is believed. So it is the altar stone has been discovered, which is a 6-ton square, like rectangular shaped block. But it is believed to have been sourced in the northeast of Scotland. They've recently tied down that it is not from Orkney, but it is. They have no idea how they got it there. They're very much just like, well, we've figured one thing out. We figured out where we went wrong. We figured out another place it's not from, but we're pretty certain it's from northeast Scotland.
Jeez.
Aliens.
Uh,
Or, logs, and they pulled it.
Or
Well, yeah, Ed Izzard showed you that.
or boats.
I just-
because
Is it
we-
far?
or boats.
You're going to make it MJ? That sounds lovely. Is it
or
far?
Rogue is talking.
Sorry.
Or boats, because we did have cowhide boats at that point, and you get a few of those, you could probably
I
move it
don't-
over water.
6-ton in a cowhide boat. I don't know.
Not in one. Not in one. It'd probably be
No, I mean,
an absolute
then.
manic number of them.
But yes, it was sourced from at least 750 kilometers away from its current location, which is just very cool. So there were 18 points in this round.
God, there are 18
I like
points.
it.
Lordy
Uh,
me.
Team All the Regrets, how did you do?
Just quickly totaling out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Team Rogue Sucks.
Sorry, I'm just also quickly just double check counting 1 second. 4.5.
Team Angel Feather.
1.
Team Copernicus.
1.
Okay, so
We're doing
Rogue
great.
is out in the lead this time.
Oh, thank God. That means we can actually pick a normal, normal round for next
No
month.
love.
Thank you so much, Ree, for setting those questions. If you want to stick around for the rest of the quiz, you are more than welcome. Or you
Thank
can
you,
drop
Ree.
off and start watching. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump out, but to watch via the stream. Thanks for having me, everyone. I hope you at least learnt some cool little things about ancient history. And well done, Rogue. You did the best in the round you picked.
Thank you, Ree, for the compliment and the round.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Ree.
Bye. Oh, that was my-
Yeah, what was that?
Okay, it is now time for round number 2, and round number 2 is about the Olympics. They're a big sporting event that takes place every 4 years, in case anybody's missed what they are. Question 1, and I'm going to give you a minute on the clock for each of these. They're not too difficult. Question 1, what does the official Olympic motto Citius Altius Fortius mean in English? What does the official Olympic motto Citius Altius Fortius mean in English?
Can you repeat it? You went robotic on us.
What does the official Olympic motto Citius Altius Fortius mean in English?
Thank you.
I'm going to say for the record, this is the round that is going to make everyone jump ahead of me. Because I did not watch the Olympics this year. I almost never watch the Olympics.
I can guarantee you that I did not just ask questions about this recent Olympics.
I forgot the Olympics were happening. until YouTube was all like, "Hey, look at this Australian breakdancer," and I was all like, "Oh yeah, the Olympics are on."
I can guarantee you that
And then
there
I
are
saw the
some questions about the Olympics from this year. But I
And then
John
I
is
don't,
was
quickly changing them.
I don't think I have any that were, hey, look at this Australian breakdancer that Angel saw. Question 2. What colours are the Olympic rings? What colours are the Olympic rings? I will give one. If nobody gets all of the correct colours, I will give the point to whoever gets the most correct. What colours are the Olympic rings? Enjoying this music. It's
because we're not watching the.
The feed.
Yep.
it was very much in fitting with the radio announcer voice. It very much had like the record needle sound in the music.
Ah.
We listen to lo-fi music because there is a lot of stream-friendly lo-fi music that we can play.
That's cool.
And that one was very much using the sound of a needle on a record player. Question 3. Couple of bonus points with this question, because I'll give you a point for each that you get. What are the 5 official Olympic values? What are the 5 official Olympic values? Hey, Rebels. Rebels says, hello, and also I love that I only kind of know the answer to question 1 through a weird and unrelated YouTube video. It wasn't a video with the Australian breakdancer, was it, Ree? Oh, apparently it's helped Sir Dribbles get question 1, so, you know.
I'm gonna lose this round so hard. I'm gonna choose the next round again.
It wasn't. It's a dumb lawsuit. Interesting. You've got a lot of faith in Angel, Feather, and Copernicus to make up a lot of distance. So
They've done it in the past.
Question 4. Sir Drubal says, I don't know. The temptation to tank so that Rogue Trader Enthusiast stays ahead is powerful. Question 4. The Olympic torch is a tribute to the fire that burned throughout the ancient Greek Olympic Games, honoring which goddess? The Olympic torch is a tribute to the fire that burned through the ancient Greek Olympic Games, which honored which goddess? The reverse psychology card, Rogue.
Dionysus is specifically not a goddess.
I do think he would appreciate just being called Wine Boy, though.
Oh, yeah, it's my neck and shoulder. There's like a really tight tendon or something.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Not
good.
my heart.
No, but like.
If it is your
Yeah.
heart, it's in the wrong place. That ain't where you're meant to keep it.
It isn't a heart. It's called a thump thump. Have you not watched Jack Sparrow?
It's the thump thump.
I got a jar of dirt.
I love it when they harmonize.
It's good when they sink, isn't it? Doesn't happen as often, but
Well, I've not been on. I've been poorly. A bit of me broke that wasn't supposed to.
none of you
don't do
supposed
that
to
again.
break.
I was thinking your thumb broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Question.
Did it
Jack Sparrow's like, "Where's the thump thump?" Mom's like, "I broke my thump thump."
Did it become a thump thunk?
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
just became thump.
it didn't thump. That was the problem.
Yeah.
It stopped thumping completely.
Question.
No, it became a Jennifer
5.
going bam bam.
All right, bam, bam. Question 5. When were the Olympic gold medals? I might have to give you a couple of minutes to recover. When were the Olympic gold medals last made entirely of gold? When were the Olympic gold medals last made entirely of gold? Apparently, there's been a lot of praising Wine Boy in the chat, the whiniest of boys. I worry that we might actually be summoning Dionysus.
Be very worried if we summon Dionysus.
This because I think I missed one.
5.
Because like Dionysus is great. We love him as Wine Boy. He's also the god of madness, and
And we have
Run.
enough of that around here.
no, I think it would be the end of us all.
Yeah.
Do you need an exact year, or can we just give you the exact sort of decade?
If nobody gets the exact year, we'll go with whoever gets closest.
Price is Right rules.
Sounds good. My freaking Coke habit.
I will
Sorry,
point
guys.
out that it was definitely a year where the Olympic Games occurred, so that narrows it down a little.
Yeah, but because they're every 4 years, unless you're including the Winter Games, which makes it every 2, there's at least 2 per decade.
Yeah.
So it could be either or. Do you see what
True.
I'm saying?
Very
I feel
true.
like I need to correct you in the chat. Recycled gold is in fact still pure gold.
Yeah. Yeah, because isn't it like, isn't it just gold plate now, or
Yes.
it's blended?
Well, this year they had a piece of the Eiffel Tower in.
Yes.
Yes, but the thing with what you're saying, we're saying here, Rogue, is I don't know where the recycled gold came from in the one I'm talking about. It might not have been like for the 100% pure gold. It might be gold plated.
Somebody's tippity tapping.
Okay, it is now
Sure.
question 6.
Well,
2 cities have hosted the Olympics 3 times. Can you name them? You get 1 point for each
No.
city. You don't get any points for saying no. Name either of the cities that have hosted the Olympics 3 times.
Is a wild guess?
yes. Yes. Can you name 2 cities in the world? Yes.
Please, I would laugh if you named 2 cities and they've never hosted the Olympics.
I will give you
That
a
would be
hint.
about right.
They
That's
will have had
pretty
to have
much it.
hosted the Olympics at least once.
No,
America?
there are plenty of cities in the world that have not hosted the Olympics, John.
But to be the correct answer
Yeah.
to that question, they will have had to have hosted it at least once.
To have hosted it twice. Ooh.
Soon, I believe.
Ugh.
Sir Drubels.
Sorry.
Yes. I can't possibly comment yet, Law, on your question.
Whittam.
You're going to go to John's next.
I don't
isn't it?
remember the Whittam Olympics, John.
You don't?
Well,
No,
Famous.
I don't.
way too much.
Question 7. Which Roman emperor declared himself the winner of an Olympic chariot race, despite the fact he had fallen out of his chariot? Which Roman emperor
Right.
declared himself the winner of a Olympic chariot race, despite the fact he had fallen out of the chariot?
This is
Law says
Uh,
Elon
I,
Musk.
I, see, I don't specifically know the answer to this, but the problem is there are enough self-centered, arrogant, narcissist Roman emperors that it could be any of them.
I was just trying to think, which is the most arrogant one I know?
Kind of a prerequisite for the job, wasn't it?
pretty
No,
much.
I mean, Marcus Aurelius was famously a Stoic, but
A stoat?
Stoic.
Oh,
Stoic.
I thought he
I-
said stoat because it cut out.
I'm going to go with he
It's
was
like there was
stoat.
an animal.
Honestly, I kind of want to see the Red Wall reimagining of the Roman Empire, where Marcus Aurelius is a Stoat. I'm all for that. I kind of dig that idea.
Marcus
I remembered
Aurelius
he
goes to
invented the Red
Bloomborough.
Wall. It was all
Uh,
mice and voles and things.
Question 8. Question 8. The ancient pentathlon event was a combination of which sports? The ancient pentathlon was a combination of which sports? And next up,
Sorry,
I have
can you repeat the question?
the ancient pentathlon event was a combination of which sports? So this is asking about some very old Olympics.
You know, they used to do the Olympics naked. I think they should bring that back.
I don't know.
It was also men's only, and you were only allowed to observe if you were a man, I believe. One of the earliest running race winners was also the chef.
They also had more than just the Olympics, though, in ancient Greece. The Olympics are just one of them.
They were just very athletic. They didn't have much else to do.
Yeah, they didn't have
Apparently.
telly or anything.
They had a very good time killing each other.
I was
My
going to say
history
they
is correct.
war at all times, so it was really a sort of a gladiator game, but without the death.
I'm going to ignore law, and we'll move on to question 9. They had wine and musical instruments. I'd rather do that than sports in the sun, says law.
So you want Bacchanalia?
Apparently. Question 9. What event was added to the modern pentathlon this year, replacing the equestrian portion of the event? Which event has been added to the modern pentathlon this year, 2024, replacing the equestrian portion of the event? The modern pentathlon was started, a bit of the history of it for you guys. Modern pentathlon was started in 1912 and was supposed to highlight the skills needed by a soldier at the time, and has been a staple at the Olympics, with the biggest change to it happening this year, where they took away the bit where you need to ride a horse and added what? And question 10 for the Olympics round. I couldn't ask you a round of questions on this year's Olympics without asking you what caused French Olympian Anthony Amoretti to go viral at this year's Games. What caused French Olympian Anthony Amoretti to go
That's such a
viral
close game.
at the 2024 Olympics?
He is never not going to need a date. He's
Yeah,
just
he's
dated,
set for
he's
life.
booked
He
for
is
the
set
next
for life.
80 years.
He's gotten job offers from very interesting websites.
I can imagine.
So everyone should get this question right.
I feel that everybody's going to get this question right.
Let's just see who writes it the best.
Remember, no swearing. This is family friendly.
Well, then he shouldn't ask the question.
I have a family-friendly answer written down if you can't do the same. So, Dribbles, have you got an answer written down for question 10?
I'm currently working on 9 at the moment. I've done 10.
Okay. Then I will ask you now the bonus question for this. For potential bonus points, how many of the following things can you name? I'm going to give you a minute on the clock. Name as many of the new sports that will be introduced at the 2028 Olympic Games. Name as many of the new sports as you can of the new sports that will be introduced at the 2028 Olympics. There are 6 new sports that are going to be at the 2028 Olympics that weren't at the 2024 Olympics.
Google.
No
Siri.
Googling, that's cheating.
What about Alexaing?
No any smart assistancing.
You didn't say they were smart.
Yeah, I know, right?
What about just knowing the answer? Is that allowed?
Knowing the answer is
No,
how you're meant to
that's
do it,
cheating.
yes.
Just knowing the answer. Where's fun in that? God.
Like I was gonna put skateboarding, but skateboarding's been in there for a while, so
And I think BMXing was included this time.
yeah. Because like a lot of things that they used to do in the X Games were brought over into the Olympics.
Synchronized swimming's been around forever. Diving. Oh, did you see the Chinese divers? Talk about synchronized.
I know. Oh my
I'm
god.
like zero splash. It was
It just sank into that water.
Yeah.
There's not much to them to begin with.
This is also true. They don't have any breasticles. What about is this it's like New England Mustangs or? I was pretty impressed with the pommel horse. The dudes did really good on that.
Okay, it is now time for some answers.
Honestly, I've no freaking idea.
I didn't realize we're allowed to
I
collaborate.
remember.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start. Sir Droobles, what does the official Olympic motto mean in English?
Faster, higher, stronger.
Yes.
It's like a Marvel movie.
No, it's a song by Daft Punk.
Oh.
Better, faster, stronger.
You were thinking of Captain Marvel's further, higher, faster, baby.
Higher, further, something along those.
Yeah,
some
something to-
combination.
Now,
Similar.
see, I put me, myself, and I because that seems like what most Olympics are about.
I put nothing because I thought it'd be something grand like the world is all our home or something, and then I was like, not enough words, so I gave up.
Angel, what color are the Olympic rings?
God, I hope I got this right. Red, green, blue, yellow, and black.
Correct.
Awesome.
Woo!
Because the black one used to always trip me up when I was younger.
Yeah, it's a bit of
Right.
a sneak one. So anyone who gets all 5 of those correct gets the point.
Boop, boop, boop.
Rebel says the dumb lawsuit is that Logan Paul is being sued by the Olympics for his use of their copyrights on Prime. Oh, so did he get faster, higher, stronger on Prime?
He essentially they got an Olympic performer to endorse Prime.
Right.
And so they were referencing the fact that, like, hey, like this, like drink like this dude when he's going for gold, and like various things. I think they did say like you'll be faster, higher, stronger, or something. Like it's
like you drink like an Olympian. That's all.
Famously
it's-
not litigious, the Olympics.
Yes, but and obviously the thing is, whilst they have his permission to use his likeness, they never reached out to the
Yeah.
Olympics, and everything they have done makes it look like it's a Team USA dude, and like the bottles look like the Team USA thing. But again, they've got this dude, not the team or the Olympic permission to do this, hence the
Cool.
lawsuit. Anyway, continuing.
Oh, another fun fact with that lawsuit is the Olympics is one of the few actually legally stated organizations that has has special protections in US law. Like that's how, oh God, what have you done? That lawsuit is.
Angel
I
Mama.
mean, it's Logan Paul. Is anybody surprised?
Angel Mama, can you name any of the 5 official Olympic values?
I put down 4 really smart words: courage, loyalty, camaraderie, and integrity.
I'm going to give you a point.
Yay! Thank
You've
you.
not phrased it how they did it, but I'll give you 1 point. Rogue.
I went with competitiveness, honesty, integrity, athleticism, excellence.
I think I'll give you a point.
Hmm.
You got very close with 1.
He got close with 1
Yes.
and gets a point.
I'm giving 5 if you can get all of them.
Okay.
So
I mean, I don't
Robles.
think I've got all of them, so. Excellent, respect, friendship, I know are definitely 3. I also made a guess at gold medals and everybody togetherness. Because it's like it's one where it's like, like the coming together and being all cool and stuff, no matter who you are and stuff, but I can't remember how they phrase it.
Community.
I'm gonna give you 2. I think 2.
For coming togetherness.
That may not be the one that's getting it. Angel.
Integrity, determination, teamwork, cooperation, and pervasiveness. What's the P word? That means you keep going.
Persistence.
Persistence. There, that one.
I'm gonna give you 2 as well.
Like you with that answer.
You get 2 points there, Angel. The correct answer: joy of effort, fair play, respect for others, pursuit of excellence, and balance between body, will, and mind are the Olympic values.
Could I just make an argument?
Yes.
So, because I only scored 2, I was curious to find out which ones I've got right. So I googled Olympic values, and excellent, respect, and friendship are literally the top 3 listed if you look on Google.
Okay, you get 3 points.
Thank you.
I've also lost.
Drew's really eager to give me the last place round.
Rogue.
No, Angel's behind, so it's fine.
Rogue, which goddess was the Olympic flame of honor?
Please let it be Athena.
No. Sir Drubels.
I can't help because I also put Athena.
Angel.
Nike?
You'd think so, but no.
Yeah.
Angel Mama.
Wait, isn't Nike Roman?
Well, the only person I could think that had anything to do with flames was the one who was married to Hades, Persephone. But I don't think that's Greek.
She's a
Oh, wait, was it Hestia?
It was Hestia.
fuck.
Can I get half a point for getting it before you said it?
What do we think? Should we give him half a point?
No, I
No, that's
was
not what he wrote down.
theory.
Apparently, no. You don't get half a point.
I'm
I-
sorry I said that without even thinking. I'm
Okay.
so
Get half a point.
So Nike was Greek.
as soon as he said it, I knew it, and I felt like such an idiot.
Nike
Sorry.
was Greek. The Roman version of Nike was Victoria.
Uh,
And yes, he can
le- le-
half a bloody point.
Apparently,
I legitimately forgot Hestia was a goddess. Like, I was just going to think, well, it can't be Artemis, because Artemis famously hated people.
yes.
No. Yeah.
Aphrodite is not really associated with sports outside of Sparta, apart from certain types of physical activity.
Physical.
Which leaves Athena. She likes being praised and
No, she
impressiveness.
does. But Hestia is the goddess of the hearth and home and fire. The warm fire that means home. Sir Drubals, when were the Olympic
Yes.
gold medals last made entirely of gold?
I think if it's not the year where we did the recycled metal thing, which was the London Olympics, I believe, I do believe it would be 1912.
1912 is exactly the answer I have written down, yes.
Woo!
Damn it! I went with it's a trick question. Never.
So yeah, up until 1912, the Olympic gold medal was entirely made of gold. And then they realized gold is really valuable.
When was the first Olympics?
That is a question.
Olympic.
Modern one.
1 second.
Because I'm curious how many times they did this before they went,
No, I got it.
it's getting expensive.
No, it's because World War One broke out, you nutter. We didn't have any money.
The first modern Olympic Games was in 1896.
So it only took four Olympics for them to give up.
Yeah, they didn't last long.
No, World War One broke out. What part did you not understand? Did I stutter?
I'm just,
Seriously, that's why we stopped using gold. We ran out of money. It was the wars that did it.
I know, but it was fun to sort of just ignore you and let you get more riled up.
Excuse me,
I
this
can't
woman,
talk. I don't have the breath.
she can't get upset. She had a heart attack, man. Don't do that to me.
Not that I want to be that person, but yeah, no, it's mostly the cost and durability was the reasoning.
Well, gold is a soft metal, pure.
Squishy.
Yeah. Angel, where has the Olympics been hosted twice? 3 times even is the question, not twice. What 2 places have hosted the Olympics twice? 3 times. Damn it. I'll try this again and I'll read the question. Angel, which cities have hosted the Olympics 3 times?
You changed the question.
I'm reading the question this time, not trying to do it from memory by looking somewhere else. Which cities have hosted the Olympics 3 times?
Athens and Rome.
No. Angel Mama.
I said Athens in London.
You get 1 point for London.
Yeah,
Good job.
game.
Rogue.
I mean, I know one of these is wrong, but I went with Los Angeles. And
I'm afraid not Los Angeles.
dang.
I'm surprised it's not somewhere.
Right. But also not Athens.
Also not Athens. Sir Drubals.
London's hosted it 3 times. Wow.
Which is Paris and London. Los Angeles will be hosting it 3 times when they host it in 2028.
I believe Paris also
That's
has just hosted it 3 times because of the one we just had.
Yeah, that's how I knew that was correct.
I just
Most-
wanted one for the home team.
Mostly because when I
So,
got
so I am
this
right.
question-
Did I get that
you
right?
are correct. You get
Wait,
2
because
points.
you didn't say.
Sorry. You get 2 points. It is London and Paris, mostly because when I wrote this question as part of this Olympics quiz, they had put the city that has hosted it 3 times is London. Paris will host it next in 2024 and will then have hosted it 3 times as well. Angel Mama,
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
which Roman emperor declared himself the winner of an Olympic chariot race even though he fell out of the chariot?
The fiddler, Nero.
It was indeed the fiddler Nero.
Yes. That's a
Damn.
Caligula. Just any
Yeah.
arrogant one I could think of.
I went with Caligula as well.
This is the only other one I can think of aside from Caesar. So
He's arrogant enough to play his violin while the whole city burns. Come on.
some arrogance. That's.
I would say that's also a myth.
I know,
That's also
but come on. It's a good
what's
one.
he going to do about the fire? Like, he's in public office. He's not a firefighter.
He's still arrogant. He's still
We-
arrogant. He's still arrogant.
He
and I
was
got the question right.
still
so
arrogant.
It doesn't matter how I came up with the answer. It was right.
Rogue.
We didn't start the fire. Latin
Yeah.
thing, Latin thing, Latin thing, Latin thing. I'm sorry, what?
Rogue. Which what ancient the ancient pentathlon event was a combination of which sports?
God, I basically went with what seems old and can be mostly done naked. I went with running, wrestling, javelin, horse fighting, and sword fighting.
You got 3 out of the 5.
Ooh. Do I get 3 points or 3 out of 5 points?
You
So 3/5 of a
if
point.
nobody gets
3/5.
more than you get the point.
Okay.
You've got 3. Sir Drubels.
Make sure to hit push to talk when you're on push to talk would be a good idea.
Yep.
Sorry, question A, I have got exactly what I've got is there was a run, some horse riding, breakdancing. Surprisingly, it was there, and then they took it away and then bought it back separately this year. A game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and then some fencing.
You got
Which I do
one.
believe is 6 things.
You got one thing right. So Angel.
Running, swimming, wrestling, javelin, and discus.
You got 4.
Oh god, I think I know which one the 4th was. Damn it.
Angel Mama.
So running, swimming, wrestling, discus, and javelin. Didn't you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You got-
disregard.
You got 4, so both Angel and Angel Mama get the point. The one that you're missing is they didn't do swimming, they did long jump.
Oh,
Well, they're synced
we
together.
didn't get one. Quit it.
I'm so
Sorry, what's-
annoyed.
sorry,
I'm so
can you read the
annoyed.
answer
I
again?
changed discus to sword fighting.
So
She's
the
beating me up.
the ancient
discus because oldie days and javelin would be like spear throwing, so that'd be something wartime-ish, wouldn't it? It's the
Yeah.
swimming that got
So-
me. Long jump.
The ancient
jump, that makes more
pentathlon
sense.
event was discus, javelin, long jump, running, and wrestling. I don't know in which order they did those things.
Right. I knew
I
wrestling.
really
Yeah,
hope,
naked.
I really hope wrestling was before long jump, because you do not want to wrestle with sand in your groin.
In your bits.
I mean, the real question is also, I think they used to split those sorts of events up over multiple days. I don't know whether the ancient Greeks did that, but looking at the
I just
pentathlon.
assumed it was like the triathlon.
So, the modern pentathlon, which started in the year 1912 and was inspired by the model skills needed to be a soldier at the time, they replaced equestrian this year with which event, Cedrubus?
Obstacle course.
That's a good one.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I thought originally it was a bit, but that's actually not bad.
There is a thing about the obstacle course.
Choose unintentionally.
right.
Oh,
It's
what do you mean unintentionally got it right?
No, you got it right with John. With the answer John wasn't expecting.
you see, it's not the right answer. I'm trying to find the. I'm trying to find. Yes. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. It's not the right answer, Sir Droobles. Angel.
Skating.
Angel Mama.
Skateboarding.
Rogue.
Shooting.
You are so close, Rogue.
I mean, closest without going over.
The correct answer is laser run.
A laser?
Like laser tag. Oh my god.
So it wasn't laser tag. It was a combination of running and shooting, which uses a laser pistol. So you would run 25 meters or 300 to 600 meters from the shooting range, and then you would shoot 5 times, and then you would run again, and then you would repeat that 2 to 4 times. So yeah, you basically it was running and then shooting a laser pistol.
Cheaper on ammo.
I mean, that's one way to build Star Wars.
Sir Droobles, to return to what we were saying about with yours, the 2028 Olympics will be replacing the equestrian portion with an obstacle course.
Oh, son of a bitch, I was the wrong Olympics.
You were 1 Olympics out. Initially, the 2028 Olympics didn't include the modern pentathlon at all, but at the 141st IOC session, they voted to approve the inclusion of the sport with the new format where obstacle racing replaces the equestrian.
So it's basically just going to be American Ninja again? Or American
Apparently.
Gladiator?
I mean,
Yeah,
I think-
it was deemed, at least in one article that talked about it, that it would that to be the case essentially.
Rogue.
Because I'm a point hungry blighter. Do I get anything?
I'll give you half a point. I also love that Rogue is sinking as low as he can in his camera frame at the moment.
Give him a half.
Yeah, you get half a point for that. I think everybody gets this next question. I'm sure everybody's got this one right, but I'm going to start by saying, Angel, what caused French Olympian Anthony Amoretti to go viral?
He got himself hung up on his long jump bar, high jump bar.
Yeah.
He was hung, so he got hung.
After clearing the bar, his penis knocked the bar off and cost him the medal. He did, however, get offered a $250,000 porn deal. I don't have any word on whether he's accepted that.
Damn, I wasn't.
Can I just verify whether I get a point for what I wrote?
What did you write?
In block capital letters, I just wrote big dick.
Yeah, sure.
That's okay.
He should have written it biggest. Biggest.
Is there something
Here I am.
funny?
Here I am being nice and sober with he knocked over the high jump bar with his massive penis. And the rest of you are making Monty Python jokes.
No, I'm sitting here giving you a clean version of the dick bar, and he gets to write that.
Massive penis is entirely accurate.
To be fair, I was tempted to write big dick energy, and I figured that wouldn't get me the point. So I just got rid of energy and got the point.
Angel Mama, can you name any of the 6 Olympic sports that are going to be in the 2028 Olympics?
The trampoline and the obstacle course.
No. Angel Mama.
You literally just said they were adding the obstacle course.
To the pentathlon, which is its own event.
It's already its own thing.
Ah, cheat.
Angel Mama.
That would be a negative from Her Highness.
Rogue.
So the list of things I think they're adding, because you said they're adding 6 things, so I've got a list of 6 things. They're adding skateboarding, some sort of esport, underwater puzzle solving, dirt biking, penis flexing, and the Simone Biles sport, because they are renaming gymnastics after her.
No. Sir Drubels.
Skateboarding's already a thing.
So, to give my answer,
That's the one you object to.
Yep.
Sir Drubels.
Sorry.
So to give my answer, the 2 that I'm very certain are right. Baseball and lacrosse are being added.
Correct. For both.
Yeah. That's a different podcast that I learned that one on. The ones that I made up for the sake of comedy / maybe I got one of them right. I went with what I wrote exactly word for word was the punch Trump in the face, I can only hope, roller disco, and big dick jumping, of which my bet will be on that French dude.
No, I'm afraid. So to go back to Rogue skateboarding. Skateboarding is being inducted as a full-time sport at the next Olympics, but it has previously been at the last 2, so it's not a new sport that's being added. It's being added as a sport that will be there permanently now.
Okay.
That is the height of pedantry.
Well, because it was a little British girl who won it
Yeah.
last Olympics.
The 2024
Beijing?
British Olympics team, I believe the British Olympic team for this 2024 Paris game was like 2 16-year-old girls and a 50-year-old dude. Like there was a massive age gap in the British Olympics team. So
Going back to lacrosse, I thought lacrosse had been in it before.
So, baseball,
Yeah.
softball, lacrosse, and cricket have previously been in it, but have left and are coming back.
Okay, so
the-
yeah, lacrosse had been in it.
Lacrosse has previously been in it, but it hasn't been in it for a while, and it's coming back. The 2 brand new sports that have never been in the Olympics before are squash and flag football.
Flag football.
I assume flag football because I just got flag.
Football,
Yeah, it's flag
yes.
football.
Yes.
I went through this 10 o'clock. Right.
How are we only at the end of the second round?
It took a long time to get through the first one. Team All Regrets. How did you do that round?
Oh, right, yeah, I have points.
It's now time to add up your points, everybody, in case you...
3.5.
Okay, so that gets you up to 10.5. Rogue sucks.
12 points.
So that gets you up to 16.5. Team Angel Feather.
I got 6.
And Team Copernicus.
7.
Okay. Moving on, we have what's hopefully going to be a very swift round, and I'm gonna leave it at a minute timer on this, but we're gonna go with Lord of the Rings / Tolkien Character or Ikea Furniture. Each of these is going to be either a character from a Tolkien book or a item of furniture from Ikea. And the first question, Shelob. She might go 30 seconds on the timer for this round.
Who's clapping?
Yeah, who's looking at the answers?
Rogue is
I was
typing into
typing
the
in the chat.
Cheating.
Well,
I
I've
can
already heard
see
the
what
first
he's
question.
typing. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I was like, we've only done the first question, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I am going to drop this down to 30 seconds because this
More
feels
than
like
enough.
a very long time.
It's either a
So-
tear and eye.
Okay.
Or Ikea.
So, question 2. Agarum. 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 Ikea or Tolkien? Agarum.
Can we get a spelling on that?
No, because that's the end of the Agerum. Agarum. Question 3. Nordley. 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 Nordley.
There is a sick and twisted part of me that is very tempted just to tank this round.
It is now
Just so I
time.
could see, just to see if I could put in a round topic that brings in another guest questioner.
It is now time for question 4. Galdor. Galdor.
Just have to.
Galdor.
It should be short enough that we don't get copyright.
Galdor. I try and say them all as if it's like throw the ring into the fire, Galdor.
They've taken the hobbits to Galdor.
Question 5. Frieden. Frieden. You seek my aid at this time, Frieden? The Riddermark is full of Uruk-hai.
See, what confuses me with that one is that in my head it's like, wait, isn't that new anime?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Frieden. Freden. Frieden. Or Freden. Or Fredo bars. Fredo bars. Now it
now
is
I
time.
want chocolate. Dang it!
Now it is time for question 6. Sultan Hogbo.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Sultan Hogbo. Sultan Hogbo.
Can you spell it for us?
Sultanhogbo. Space in the middle there between the Sultan and Hogbo.
Just a quick recommendation: Three Body Problems, a really good series on Netflix. If nobody's yet watched it,
That is completely out of left field, but I do also agree.
yeah, no, it was the name. I was thinking Hodor because the actor's in it.
Question.
It's not. It's the actor who plays freaking Sam Tarley, not Hodor.
Oh, it is Sam, isn't it? I was wrong. Disregard. Well, in my
Well, keep-
brain. Look.
Keep
I
the
had-
recommendation. It's still a good thing to watch. It's just not the.
Yes,
The
thank you,
two
John.
characters never meet. They are never in the same scene.
Question 7. Erkenbrand. Erkenbrand. Cast it into the fires, Erkenbrand.
I might need to use that for my next D&D character. That's a good one.
They're taking the hobbits to Erkenbrand. Erkenbrand. Erkenbrand, what do your elf eyes see?
Erkenbrand does not sound like an elf.
Really does.
Erkenbrand sounds like one of those men in the north that can turn into a bear.
Yeah.
I'm starting to panic because my answers are going in a pattern.
I was panicking because I thought they were all the same category for a while. I'm not like, this can't be right.
What we need to do is convince Rankin-Bass to do another Lord of the Rings, and then John can voice Gandalf.
Okay, wait. Is Rankin-Bass Tolkien or Ikea?
Talking about Ikea.
Rankin-Bass is the people who animated that really, really bad Lord of the Rings film
Like in the 80s?
in the 80s. The only good thing about it was John Hurt played Aragorn.
Question 8. Molgar. Molgar, the age of men is over.
Deadpool hates building the Molgar.
I don't blame him. The aesthetic isn't right for his flat.
And my answers are still going to be in a pattern. I'm starting to worry about this.
Did I put these answers in a pattern?
I fully expect I'm going to get all of this wrong by process of accidentally eliminating it the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the exact same thing. It's like, there's only one name I've heard so far that I'm confident in.
It's
Grund-
Erkenbrand.
There's a
Question-
couple of them I'm still on.
Question 9. Grundtal. Grundtal, bring forth the battering ram. They've shut the gates to Helm's Deep. Grundtal.
I thought it was a chest of drawers.
Grundtal.
No, that was the other one. This,
Oh, okay.
this one's the bookshelf.
Oh, okay.
John, did you do these in a pattern on purpose, or am I going crazy?
You're going crazy.
I didn't do it on purpose, but there may be a pattern in the answers, yes.
I might just submit to the pattern and just do my 10th answer now without hearing it.
I mean, it is now time to hear it, so write down your 10th answer now, Sir Droobles.
Done.
I
Diagle.
actually watched a part.
Diagle.
Sorry, say that again?
Sorry, what was the thinkers re-walked into the room to check that I'd actually written an answer?
Diagle. Diagle. They're taking the hobbits to Diagle.
I actually listened to a podcast with a dude called Drewby called The Misery Machine.
Has someone listened to my podcast?
It was about round 1 of this quiz.
It's all about child murderers.
Yeah, it's about round 1 of this quiz.
Uh,
I
let's get-
will make you. If this is how you're going to object to me just choosing a topic that I like, I will make you suffer next time.
Please don't.
That's
Uh,
fine. I'm only guest starring here.
Drew, Rebel says, wow, Drew, wow, I slaved.
Again, I did enjoy the first round and the facts that we learned in the first round.
Angel, question 1,
Yeah.
Shelob.
Tolkien.
Correct. Angel Mama, question 2. Agarum.
Tolkien.
IKEA.
It's IKEA. It's a bookshelf.
IKEA.
Rogue, question 3. Nordley.
I've gone for IKEA, but I feel like I've got that wrong because of Drew.
It is IKEA.
Hey!
John, can I just guess now? Can I repeat that pattern for the next question?
To be fair, yeah, repeat that. Apparently, I managed to write it so that it's Tolkien character, IKEA, IKEA. Tolkien character, IKEA, IKEA.
I thought I was going crazy.
I mean, let's actually confirm this.
Galdor, Tolkien. Frieden, IKEA. Sultan Hogbo, IKEA. Erkenbrand, Tolkien. Molga, IKEA. Grundtal, IKEA. Diegel, Tolkien. I didn't notice I had done this pattern. It was Tolkien, IKEA, IKEA. Tolkien, IKEA, IKEA.
Honestly, considering my fear when Drew started talking about a pattern, I did pretty well that round.
So, whoops. That made it a little bit easier.
It did, John, it didn't, because again, I spent most of that going like, am I going insane? This seems to be just Tolkien, IKEA, IKEA, Tolkien, IKEA, IKEA. I don't know if John's done this on purpose to throw people off.
No, that was a happy accident.
The biggest problem I had with this was not putting entirely just IKEA furniture in. I did need to put in a couple of actual Tolkien characters.
Wait, which number was Sultan Hogdo?
That was number 6. That's an IKEA item.
What is it?
I will look it up. Nordley is a bedroom furniture, by the way.
It's a mattress.
It is a mattress. Sultan Hogbo is a mattress. I'm curious to look up the Tolkien characters. 1 second.
I'm just gonna say the reason I got that one was because I didn't think that, writer of Tolkien. We literally have been saying his name repeatedly. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name for a second.
Writer of Tolkien.
I was like, no, I was gonna say like the writer of Lord of the Rings, but I was like, we've just been saying Tolkien like a billion times. Yeah, like I just didn't think he'd used the word Sultan to refer to a character.
Galdor.
I thought that might have because I did put that as Tolkien, but I thought it was because the Lord of the Rings movies with from Peter Jackson were so Eastern people are evil coded that for some reason I thought of that, and my brain went to Sultan. That's clearly Tolkien wrote that as one of the humans that were working for Sauron.
The Easterlings. I believe they just have war chiefs in charge.
Right.
Galdor is an elf. Galdor of the Havens. Does actually apparently appear in the Fellowship of the Ring as a background character. Erkenbrand appears at Helm's Deep. And Diegol is Smeagol's cousin, who he beats to death for the ring. And Shelob's a massive spider, in case you didn't remember who she was.
Wait, what question was Diegol?
Diegol was question 10.
Okay, cool. I did better than I thought because I managed to accidentally mark myself as getting that one wrong. And I was just like, hang on a minute, I thought I got that one.
Also, for my one quick joke, depending if you play the video game and include it as canon, Shelob is also a sexy lady or a spider, confusing arachnophobes around the world.
Yep. Team All the Regrets.
Can be both. Team All the Regrets, that is 8 points.
Team Rogue Sucks.
That would be 10 points.
Oh, Drew.
Team Angel Feather.
6, so I'm at 13.
And Team Copernicus.
I answered them all with a T and read while you were doing the questions, so I got 4.
Okay.
I should have gone with I.
I apparently was the correct answer, yes.
Genuinely cannot believe that I was got 100% correct, and I noticed the pattern, and that's not how I got it.
You noticed
But I
the
think that
pattern
just led me
because
to be crazy.
I didn't.
This is potluck, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what are the current scores, John?
The current scores. Copernicus is in last place with 12. One ahead is Angel Feather like usual with 13. Then it goes to a team All Regrets at 18.5, and storming into the lead our guest celebrity quizzer Rogue Sucks with 26.5 points.
As long as my name's on the victory pedestal, I'm okay with it.
And it is now time for potluck. Question 1. We're going to go back to a minute on the clock for these. Question 1. The warmth rating of what is measured in togs? The warmth rating of what is measured in togs?
Ikea, Ikea. How's the rest of that song? Damn it, Jonathan Coulton. Why are your songs catchy but not quite easy to remember the lyrics? Also, apologies for swearing, children, but we are after Watershed.
Wait.
What are the lyrics? I'm gonna have to look those up now. That's what this typing's gonna be.
Something's a watershed moment.
The only Jonathan Colton songs I can remember the lyrics to are Code Monkey.
When young and impressionable children should be in bed, Barbie. They kept changing the hour. Is it 9 o'clock now, the Watershed?
Yes, I believe so. Question 2. The character Van Klickenhofen appeared in which TV series? The character von Klinkenhofen appeared in which TV series?
That's not multiple choice. Jesus.
Yeah,
No.
we don't have TV. How the hell would we know?
Oh God. Let's go with that one. It's a stupid enough name. But no, oh God, there are so many. Like, Drew can confirm there is a lot of Jonathan Coulton on my liked Spotify playlist, including Code Monkey, Ikea, RE Your Brains, and one song which admittedly the lyrics have aged a little bit for me, but I still find enjoyable, which is Tom Cruise Crazy.
Sounds like an 80s villain.
So on free-to-air television in the UK, the Watershed is 9 p.m. For premium or pay-per-view services, the Watershed is at 8.
Oh. So if your parents pay for it, you can hear the naughty words at, after 8 o'clock. Good to know.
The Watershed carries on until 5:30 of the morning.
Does the Watershed apply to Twitch stream?
Can I just check? Sorry, can you repeat the name?
Von Klinkenhofen. And it is now time for question 3. What was the number of the airplane that crashed in Lost?
For the flight.
Oh no.
What was the flight number of the plane that crashed in Lost?
Still watching?
Okay, I gave a shit. I guess the ending after season 1.
Yeah, that's what confused me.
Sorry, what is it? Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What was the number of the plane that crashed in Lost?
It turned out like they were in limbo, right? But then, like, what about the scientists? How did they get there?
Oh, the true.
Spoilers, sweetie.
For a show that's over 10 years old.
20 years old.
I think that was meant to be a Doctor Who reference, but sure.
We'll come back to that. I'll explain a little bit more after this because it's now time.
Do we get round continuity point?
Yeah.
What?
Because Mary is in Lost.
Yeah, he is.
Question 4. What word can go after home and before house to form 2 different words? What word can go after home and before house to form 2 different words?
Can you repeat that one more time?
What word can go after home and before house to form 2 different words?
Before home and after house.
After home, before house. So it is home blank blank house.
Does spelling matter?
I would
I
be
just-
disappointed if you spell the word wrong, but no.
Angel's very clever. She grew up with Hooked on Phonics.
That's what they taught me, okay? Blame the American education system.
What the fuck is? Sorry, what on earth is this meant to be?
Okay, question 5. Gouda cheese comes from which country? Gouda
Yeah.
cheese comes from which country? Gouda cheese comes from which country?
I'm still trying to come up with Van Klinkhoff.
Van Klinkenhofen?
Yeah, that one.
Ah, yeah,
I'm not
Van
gonna lie,
Klinkenhofen.
it sounds like a really tone deaf name for a villain in an 80s action cartoon.
You're not far off. You're not incredibly close, but you're not far off.
Dang it! I managed to figure it out if it was after house and before house, which is very frustrating. That I managed to find one for that.
You are going to kick yourself when you hear what the word is, then. Question 6. What is the only English anagram of inch? What is the only English anagram of inch? That is the sound of an anagram being done in Rogue's head.
Oh no, I did the anagram already. I'm back to question 4.
That is the sound of the cogs whirring up in Rogue's head.
No, that's the sound of the cogs crashing into each other and going, "We don't have an answer. We can't be configured in this way. Stop it. The laws of thermodynamics don't let it happen, Captain."
Thanks to multimodal reflection sorting.
So Dribbles, does your ghost have an emotional expression for what Rogue just experienced? Yeah, I suppose that's about enough. Now for question 7. The 2013 reimagining of Sherlock Holmes, starring Lucy Liu in New York, was called what? The 2013 reimagining of Sherlock Holmes, starring Lucy Liu in New York, was called what?
God, I remember seeing one trailer for it
Same here.
and thinking, well, that's an interesting concept. And then I never heard about it again. So
Rebel says it was pretty good and that they enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I like how much of this quiz Rogue has been able to complete quickly enough to keep thinking about question 4.
yeah, I know, right?
There's 3 questions in a row, just boom, boom, boom. It's a question of how many of those have I got wrong because I'm focusing on 4.
Flying well, it was moving and it was following me.
No, it was on your back.
I know, but it was on my pillow to start with.
I got it.
Question 8.
So close.
Question 8. Which song mentions a jolly swag man? Which song mentions a jolly swag man?
Nothing decent.
I know at least one of you will probably get this.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, I missed question 7.
The
No, you
2013
didn't.
reimagining
No.
of Sherlock Holmes starred Lucy Liu, and New York was
Lucy Liu.
named what? And now it is time for question 9. Question 9. Alphabetically, which is the first sign of the zodiac?
Sorry, what was
Right.
that?
Try that again?
Alphabetically, which is the first sign of the zodiac?
it keeps cutting out right as you're about to say it.
Alphabetically, which is the first sign of the zodiac?
I said it
Okay.
3 times.
How did you hear it?
I didn't. I guessed it. I'm not unintelligent.
Oh.
Rebel says that they are so mad at number 4. Now I have worked it out. It is fairly obvious when you think about it. When you have it, it's annoying that you didn't have it.
Apologies if anyone's dogs are starting to freak out.
Did I spell it wrong?
I think smoke is coming out of Rogue's ears now. Question 10. What does UAV stand for? What does UAV stand for? And it's not because somebody took away its chair. Yeah, Rebels, it is really obvious. Once you work it out.
Then that clearly doesn't mean it's actually obvious if you already know the answer.
Yeah, once you get there, it couldn't have been anything else.
What was number 8 again?
Which song mentions a jolly swag man?
Right. Oh.
Yeah, Sir Dribbles, once you know the answer, it's easy to know the answer.
What were the UAVs?
Yeah. I'm missing the first word.
You. Are we ready for some answers?
Maybe.
If we must.
Can't hurt to try it.
Are we ready to have everybody put out of their misery about question 4 shortly.
It was not that hard.
Yeah. We'll see, because you might have the wrong answer.
If I do, then you did something wrong.
I'm just going with my brain is wired differently, clearly.
Angel Mama, the warmth rating of what is measured in togs?
It's Copernicus and it's Duvets.
I didn't quite hear you.
I said it's Copernicus and it's duvets.
It is indeed duvets.
You're like an outlet from duvet.
Rogue. The character.
Oh, I just. Sorry.
The character von Klinkenhofen appeared in which TV series?
I just kind of just threw something out there, and I just went with Wild Thornberries.
Sir Troubles.
I've gone for 40 Towers.
Angel.
Thunderbirds.
Angel Mama.
Nothing.
Von Klinkenhofen was one of the Germans in Allo Allo.
Oh, why couldn't he be one of the Germans from bloody 40 Towers?
Grandpa and Grandpa were literally just watching a tribute to those shows too. I thought I knew the name.
Sir Dribbles. What was the number of the plane that crashed in Lost?
It was Oceanic Flight 815.
It was indeed Oceanic Flight 815.
I had it down as 666.
Where do we got 742 from? That must be something else.
I have no idea.
742 is
Yeah,
the
how'd that help?
Simpsons address. They live at 742 Evergreen Terrace.
Yeah. Let's do. There we go.
Because don't is something else reference Oceanic Flight 815 and a thing, don't they?
There are a couple of things that have mentioned the same number of plane, mostly as a reference to Lost. Something else does have oceanic flights appear in it, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Lost, for how the scientists arrived there, they weren't in limbo until the last series. So the
Let's
last...
let's not explain Lost, please.
Well, that's
Somehow
Anything
I think
about
that series because we talked about it and it was the only answer that made any sense to anything that happened in the first series.
I mean, what
So what
happened
the
in the
hell was-
first series that was really problematic is they didn't have an end goal, which meant they needed to spin up as many mysteries as they could to keep the thing going.
Yeah, well, they didn't know they were going to get re-upped.
Well, that's the problem, is they didn't know if they were going to get re-upped, and they didn't know how long they would go. Whereas once they'd got to about season 2 or 3, they were like, well, we're going to end this at series 6 if we get that far, and if we don't get that far, it doesn't matter. But that then meant they didn't need to spin up more mysteries to try and be like, and now we solve this thing, but this other thing's... Anyway, moving along. Angel, what word can go after home and before house?
Where?
Homeware, warehouse.
Yeah. That's not the one that I got from the quiz, but I'll allow it because it is accurate.
Confidently incorrect? Is
Can
it?
you go to the bathroom?
No, I'm good. I'm just a little gassy from the garlic.
Yeah, don't make her laugh. She's in my room.
So do I get a point for that or what?
You do, yeah. I'm going to give you a point for that. That's not the answer, but
It's so easy, and I didn't even get the right answer, but I got the right answer.
We all
think
got the right
technically-
answer.
I don't think technically where is a word on its own, which is wherein
Do you not wear clothes?
No, but
that's a different spelling of it. That's not
See,
the
that's
same word.
Your spelling mattered.
Actually,
also, where is sort of a generic term for things like
sorry.
earthenware and stuff like that.
Stuff. Yeah.
I need to correct John while I can.
Yes.
Where are members of our family from that shows that it is actually at least a noun?
That is
That's
a
a
different
proper
spelling of it
noun.
once again, and it's a proper noun. Once again, that is a different spelling of it.
I mean, there is also a place called Ware, spelled W-A-R-E.
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
Point is,
We have family from there.
what was the actual answer?
Rogue, what did you get?
After edit.
Rogue, you've cut out again.
Yeah, did you guys get it?
Yeah, he said.
Okay, good. That's what we got too.
Wait, what was I right?
You cut
didn't
out.
hear
We
you,
didn't
but
hear
shut
you at
out.
all.
Oh no, light,
Home
like that thing. I was struggling. Okay.
Lighthouse, I get, but home light?
Sir Drubels.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, thank fuck.
Reebles, what did you get?
Reese just rushed into the room and shouted, "Work!"
Work is the answer that I have written down, yes. Homework and workhouse.
So I managed to find a word that goes both before and after house. Boat. Because you can have a houseboat and a boathouse.
Yeah, but that's not what the question was.
No, but I wanted to console myself with something.
I can
Rogue-
also
Rogue
say
wants
two
to
words.
make himself feel better.
Yes! I've been bullied so much this quiz. I need to feel
Rogue.
good.
Where does
That's
Gouda come
because that
from?
first debacle was your fault.
I assume Gouda comes from Italy.
Sir Drubels, where does Gouda come from?
I don't know where it
Okay.
comes from, but it's all Gouda with me.
Angel,
Oh,
where does Gouda come from?
France.
Angel Mama, where does Gouda come from?
Spain.
It's
Sweden?
Holland.
Honestly, with the pronunciation, I wouldn't.
I would have gone Italy.
Yeah, because it's a good time.
That's a Gouda with me.
Sir Drubels, what is the only English anagram of inch?
Chin.
Correct.
Please, someone have a different answer.
The Chinese choice.
Question 7. Angel, what was the 2013 reimagining of Sherlock Holmes starring Lucy Liu in New York called?
Locked.
Angel Mama.
But there was one called Lock, wasn't there? I just put Inspector Holmes. I think it was Inspector something, but I can't remember.
In New York?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear her?
Yeah. No. Rogue.
Elementary.
It was
Oh,
indeed
that's it.
elementary.
It's elementary, my dear John, is what I was waiting to say.
So it's got one of my favorite scenes. It's like they go really hard on the Sherlock Holmes was high as fuck. Sorry, really high angle. And then one of the scenes is just Lucy Liu walks in and the guy playing Sherlock is like 20 TVs at once because he's trying to take in every news show at once and is doing so successfully. Apparently, you can train your brain to do that according to the show. It was weird.
That's
I'm
cool.
fairly certain there was something called Locked with Sherlock in it, but I'm trying to think if it is just that they did have the Sherlocked in the Sherlock series.
Yeah, I think it's a reference to that.
That's pretty much all that's coming up as I try to Google it.
Because you have been Sherlocked.
I know
And
this
into the
one.
password into the phone.
Okay, Angel Mama, what was the song that mentions a jolly swag man?
Waltzing Matilda.
Indeed. A jolly swag man camped by a billabong.
By a billabong. Lived in Australia, love.
You said it
Indeed.
was Father Christmas.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking, was I?
Bitch.
I'm hoping Sir Drubel's got that one as well.
Yeah, Dad used to sing it often, so.
Yeah.
I went with Penny Lane because apparently I have never heard this song before.
I think this is the one and only time that I'll get a music question right in a quiz.
I've lost track of who should be answering because I went to Angel Mama, but I'll go with Rogue. What is the first sign of the zodiac alphabetically?
Aquarius?
Sir Drubel's.
Aries?
That's what I got.
I would say it's QRS.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Why is my book telling me lies?
Yep, but I'll take your book because it's what I got.
Ah. Wrong.
Yeah, the book is incorrect.
I'm taking my point.
How did they spell Aries in the book?
Oh, the same way that everybody else spells Aries, which is after Aquarius.
Okay, weirdly, I just Google searched it to see if there was some sort of stupid answer as why your book would have done that. And the zodiac signs in alphabetical order, according to this, are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces.
But that's very much not in alphabetical
That's
order.
not at all in alphabetical order, and I think that whoever wrote
I'm gonna look into this.
whoever wrote my book, the book
It's
has a couple of
dyslexic? I
facts
don't
on
know.
top of.
Dyslexic.
The biggest British pub quiz book clearly looked at that list and didn't think to, write them out themselves. So Aquarius is the right answer. Question 10, Sir Drubels. What does
Wait, your book gave you a different answer that I got right. I want my point.
No. Sir Drubels, what does UAV stand
me.
for?
See, this is why we're not allowed
Unmanned
to use
aerial
Wikipedia
vehicle.
reference.
Unmanned
Correct.
aquatic vehicle. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm afraid an unmanned aquatic vehicle is a UUV for unmanned underwater vehicle.
I'm assuming it's unmanned area.
It is unmanned aerial vehicle.
Thank you. I couldn't see the second word.
Deep. Aquatic is a word. It begins with an A.
It is, but they already had unmanned aerial vehicles, so they went with UUVs for going under the water. And
Plus, the U-boats, it's consistent.
I lost.
Yeah.
and also, if it goes on top of the water, it's called an unmanned surface vehicle, or a USV. These are things. So, all the regrets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So that brings you up to 23.5. Team Rogue Sucks.
I got 5 points according to you, but 6 points according to AI/your book.
So that's 31.5. Team Angel Feather.
I have 3.
And Team Copernicus.
5.
5 brings you up to 17. Oh, 117 Gs.
I'll take it.
So running down the listings there, in last place is Team Angel Feather like usual. Copernicus is at 17. Team All the Regrets. Team All the Regrets at 23.5, and Team Rogue Sucks at 31.5. That means we say congratulations to Team Rogue Sucks for coming on and winning.
I'd like to thank mostly myself. The fact that technically I should have one more point than what's listed. Not that I'm still one, but whatever. It's just AI and John's book agreed with me.
Ask it how many R's are in strawberry and come back to me.
How many W's in Mississippi is way better. There's a whole thing with AI that's really funny, which we'll talk about after the quiz.
We'll get back to this after quiz and streamers finish.
After streaming. But lastly, I'd like to thank Rogue for having picked the Bronze Age, and therefore everyone called in sick for almost 2 times in a row, so I had to come in to help out and be here for, I think, every time I showed up for the quiz, I've somehow won it. Oh, and John for also putting in that pattern in round 3 really helped.
I really didn't notice I'd done that. That was entirely an accident. It does feel mean saying the like usual, but then Angel Feather said that they wanted their team name to be Angel Feather like usual. So it's on them.
Yes.
Oh, a true going Rogue Sucks, is it not?
I mean, Rogue, your name got to number 1 at the very least. Remember how you were proud of that? You got to the top because of my achievement.
I'm just playing for sympathy points here.
And you are
1
still
minute
on...
whilst I animate giant tears.
You are also on the Olympic pedestal, Rogue. So Angel Feather, Jen, what would you like the quiz topic to be next month?
Please go super niche.
Do we still have a Jen?
Deadliest catch. The fishing show about monster fish.
Sure. Sure. That'll...
It just gives me space to watch the show.
That's definitely super niche.
That is definitely super niche. Joining Deadliest Catch as a round, I have already prepped for you guys a round called German Film Titles, where you will have to try and guess the English name of the German translation of the film title. So Dribbles, are you going to have your guest quiz round ready for October?
I should do. Would you like me to reveal what it is?
You can indeed reveal what it is going to be.
So I have started work on my next quiz round, which I occasionally do, and the next quiz round will be actual X-Man or AI generated X-Man.
So X-Men or AI?
Well, real X-Man. I say real. Actual Marvel X-Man character that actually has appeared in at least a comic book versus what I asked AI to generate for me.
Reebles points out that Deadliest Catch is available on Discovery Plus if you need to binge rewatch it. So there you go.
One day I want to write one of these guest rounds. Admittedly, it means I can't be in that quiz, but it seems fun.
I will also say that because it is the October month, I will try to come up with the spooky quiz for it being Halloween times.
I completely forgot about that, but the Deadliest Catch is kind of apropos because it's all monster fish and creepy looking things.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of monster fish, Angel, have you ever played Dredge?
I haven't, but I've seen other people play it, and it looks really wild.
You need to play Dredge.
So now it is the time of the quiz where I say thank you guys so much in the chat for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live. A completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us. We have a Discord you can join to chat with us about the games we're playing and things that we're doing. We have a YouTube channel you can go to catch up on all of the previous videos that we have done, as well as a couple of YouTube exclusives. We have a website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, that you can go to catch all of the video, audio, photo content that we do, as well as upcoming events that we're going to be attending, and things like that on the website, as well as links to the Discord and the YouTube channel to make it even easier for you to find us from finalbossfight.co.uk. And now we're going to go over to the credits to show you what is coming up in the next couple of days. Tomorrow night, Dungeon of the Mad Mage continues as the group continue to make their way through the lost level of the dungeon. On Monday, I'm going to be hopefully leaving the hinterlands at least for a little bit in Dragon Age Inquisition. And on Wednesday, myself and the Angel Games player are going to be playing some more of FBF Craft V3.
Hey, John.
Yes?
I won't be streaming Monday because I actually have a dentist appointment, so I'm going to be bumping my stream to Tuesday this week.
Okay. So on Wednesday, myself and Angel are going to be continuing to move our base into the flying castle in the sky, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, the Angel Games player is going to be playing the Angel Games Player Roulette, where they play a random game that they pick before they start streaming. Tune in on Tuesday to possibly see Angel talking with a lisp in the side of their mouth after they've been to the dentist.
Yeah.
Do not promise that. I don't want that to happen.
Oh, I
Tense
so
enough.
want that now.
Scared enough.
But
It's okay. They'll only, take metal tools and go at your face.
I will hurt you through the screen.
Wait, sorry. Do you have a legit phobia of the dentist? Because I don't actually know this, and I don't want to be too much of a dick.
She's pretty good, but she always worries before we go, and then she always gets a good bill out.
It's like when I get there, I'm okay. It's that lead up to it that my brain just goes.
it's the antici. But now we're going to go over to Large Lad Charles, who is playing some Hearthstone. Go give Large Lad Charles some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long and patient. Bye, guys.
Bye.